There are moments that cannot be explained in words, only felt. When Bai Jingting's eyes meet Zhang Ruonan's, there is something there, a feeling too deep to be called mere chemistry. Somehow, whenever the two of them were in the same frame, time seemed to stand still. But recently, fans caught something more, something that made their hearts beat faster. Bai Jingting looking visibly jealous when Zhang Ruonan was seen getting close to her other co-stars. The moment happened so quickly, but the camera never lies. When Zhang Ruonan smiled sweetly and casually hugged her co-star at a movie promotion event, Bai Jingting's face changed. His usually calm and gentle gaze suddenly became sharp, as if there was a small storm behind his eyes. Netizens immediately went wild. "Is that jealousy?" wrote one comment that was liked by thousands of people. "Bai Jingting can't hide his emotions," said one fan. "He looks uncomfortable, and it's not just a normal expression. It's the expression of someone who doesn't like to share." We know that Bai Jingting is not the type of man who easily shows his emotions. He is known to be calm, rational, and very professional. But in front of Zhang Ruonan, all those masks slowly fell away. He smiled more often, spoke more softly, and even his gaze changed every time she appeared. Their longtime fans have sensed something special between the two since they starred in the drama The Best Friend's Secret. Behind the camera, they are often seen joking around, paying attention to each other, and having a closeness that seems so natural. But over time, that feeling seems to have developed into something more, something that even Bai Jingting himself cannot control. So when he saw Zhang Ruonan hugging someone else, even if it was just for work, his reaction wasn't just tested professionalism. There was a subtle tension there, a quick change in his gaze, and a smile that disappeared just before he took a deep breath, trying to hide the feelings that shouldn't be seen. Sometimes love is unspoken, but it is so clear in the silence. Jealousy is a language without words, and Bai Jingting was speaking loudly without needing to open his mouth. Fans even called it the silent confession. "Look at the way he looks at her," said one fan. "That's not the look of a coworker. That's the look of someone who is afraid of losing someone he cares about." And sure enough, after that moment went viral on social media, Bai Jingting seemed to distance himself a little, as if he was sorting out his feelings. But soon after, Zhang Ruonan shared a behind-the-scenes photo of the two of them with a warm caption. "Thank you for always making me feel comfortable." Was it a subtle apology? Or was it a response to the feelings she knew were in Bai Jingting's heart? Fans speculated that it might be Zhang Ruonan's way of calming his heart. We often see two people who look good together on screen, but Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan are different. They are not just co-workers. They are like two parts of an unfinished story. In every interview, Bai Jingting always shows a caring attitude when Zhang Ruonan speaks. He listens to every word, sometimes staring at her for too long, until the crew around them realizes there is something behind it all. And when Zhang Ruonan laughs, Bai Jingting always smiles too, not because it's funny, but because he is happy to see her happiness. Fans began to refer to their relationship as silent warmth, warmth that was unspoken, but felt in every little moment. However, in that silence, there was also fear. Fear of loss, fear of not being allowed to love, and fear that the world would be too harsh on a relationship that had not yet been given a name. In the entertainment world, everything must appear professional. But love can never be fully controlled. When two hearts are already connected, even the camera can't hide its tremors. After that jealous moment went viral, many noticed a change in the way Bai Jingting treated Zhang Ruonan. He became more protective, more careful, and always seemed to want to make sure that Zhang Ruonan was okay. In one behind-the-scenes video, when the director yelled "cut," Bai Jingting immediately walked over to Zhang Ruonan, patted her shoulder gently, and said something that made her smile. Fans immediately exploded. "Look, that's not just co-worker concern. That's the instinct of someone who cares too deeply." And maybe it's true. Bai Jingting needs Zhang Ruonan, not in a possessive way, but because she has become a source of calm for him. Behind his calm exterior, Bai Jingting is a sensitive person who keeps many things to himself. Zhang Ruonan, with her gentle smile and warm attitude, gives Bai Jingting the space to be himself. Several times in interviews, Bai Jingting even mentioned that he became more honest when working with Zhang Ruonan. A simple sentence, but full of meaning. Observant fans immediately caught the implied message behind it. That woman was the home he found in the middle of a noisy world. And if someone makes you feel like you're coming home, how could you not be afraid of losing them? A fan video captured a small scene. Bai Jingting staring at Zhang Ruonan, who was talking to someone else at an event. His eyes followed her every move, and when Zhang Ruonan's laughter echoed, Bai Jingting's expression slowly softened. It was as if he had surrendered to the reality that love sometimes cannot be possessed, but it is enough to be felt. But as soon as Zhang Ruonan turned and looked at him, the smile reappeared, as if the storm that had been in his eyes instantly subsided. Instantly, their world seemed warm again. The question most often asked by fans is, do they realize that those feelings are real? Maybe yes. Maybe they both know but choose to remain silent. Because in a world filled with cameras and rumors, love that is too bright sometimes risks fading too quickly. However, silence does not mean there are no feelings. It is precisely in that silence that feelings grow, quietly but strongly, gently but deeply. Fans can only hope. If those feelings are real, let them wait for the right time to admit it. Because love that grows from sincerity won't disappear just because the world isn't ready to accept it. One day, perhaps without needing words, they will acknowledge each other. But for now, it's enough for Bai Jingting to know that Zhang Ruonan understands his feelings. And it's enough for Zhang Ruonan to know that behind the silence and cold gaze, there is someone who is actually afraid of losing her more than anything else. Their love is not about possession. It's about the courage to continue caring, even though the world doesn't always give them space. Because in the end, Bai Jingting doesn't hate seeing Zhang Ruonan hug someone else out of jealousy alone. He hates it because in his heart, Zhang Ruonan is more than just a co-worker. She is someone who fills a void that even Bai Jingting himself didn't realize existed all this time. Maybe the world doesn't know everything yet. But one thing is certain. There is something between Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan that cannot be erased by time, distance, or gossip. They may still be hiding behind professional smiles and normal interactions, but to those who are observant, those feelings are too obvious to deny. And as one fan commented in a viral post, if that's not love, then what is it? Do you feel it too? That behind every glance, every smile, and every awkward moment between them, there is love trying to stay calm, but growing deeper instead?